Hi, I'm Trinity from the Maximilian Library in Perryville, part of Central Arkansas Library System. Today, I've brought some books to read about birds. The first one I'm going to read is called Early Bird by Toni, Yuly. The second one I'll share is called Birds by Carme, Lemniscates. The third I'll read is called Hooray for Birds by Lucy Cousins. She also wrote the books about Macy. The last book I'll read, is called Mel Fell by Corey R. Tabor, and this is a brand new book for us. We're so excited to share. The first book that I'm going to read, though, is our very favorite, called If You're Happy and You Know It by David A. Carter. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, wag your tail. If you're happy and you know it, wag your tail. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, wag your tail. If you're happy and you know it, pat your head. If you're happy and you know it, pat your head. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, pat your head. If you're happy and you know it, flap your wings. If you're happy and you know it, flap your wings. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, flap your wings. If you're happy and you know it, wink your eye. If you're happy and you know it, wink your eye. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, wink your eye. If you're happy and you know it, touch your toes. If you're happy and you know it, touch your toes. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, touch your toes. Here's our favorite part. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray! If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray! If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout hooray! All right, let's get ready for our first book. Early Bird by Toni, Yuly. Early Bird likes to wake up early. She stands as tall as she can. Takes a deep breath of fresh morning air. And then Early Bird gets going. Across the grass, through the flower bed, under the spider web, up the path, around the corner, and over the cat. Finally, Early Bird reaches the garden, where she finds the early worm. Early Bird is hungry after her long journey. So she lays the early worm on top of a big, fat, juicy strawberry. And together they share an early breakfast. And then they're both singing. The end. Birds by Carme Lemniscates. Birds come in many different colors, shapes, and personalities, just like you and me. Some birds are really big. Others are tiny. Some like to show off, while others would rather watch. Some birds are very noisy. Others sing a sweet and tender song. Some like to go on long journeys. Others like to stay cozy at home. Most like to build nests from branches. Some prefer a roof over their head. No matter what, nearly all like to have conversations. Tweet, tweet, calls one. Cheep, cheep, calls another. For every call, there is a response. A bird's song is like the loving words of a friend. A happy song that greets us every morning. And our hearts sing too, because birds are like good news coming, or messages of peace. Birds are like thoughts. They come and stay a while and then fly away. They fly where their hearts call them. Birds are free. They make our imaginations soar. The end. Five Little Birds by Shelly. Love it. 5 little birds sitting in a tree. Can you count them with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One flew away to look for food. And then there were 4. 4 little birds sitting in a tree. Can you count them with me? 1, 2, 3, 4. One flew away to build a nest. And then there were 3. 3 little birds sitting in a tree. Can you count them with me? 1, 2, 3. One flew away to visit his friends. And then there were 2. 2 little birds sitting in a tree. Can you count them with me? 1, 2. One flew away to find water. And then there was 1. 1 little bird sitting in a tree. Can you count with me? 1. He flew away to get warm in the sun. And then there was none. No more little birds sitting in the tree. Soon the little birds flew back to the tree. They were all as happy as can be. Can you count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 little birds sitting in a tree. Hooray for Birds by Lucy Cousins. Can you imagine for just one day you're a busy bird? Yes, a bird. Hooray! The sun is up, the sky is blue. Wake up and shout, cock-a-doodle-doo! Can you shout cock-a-doodle-doo? I bet you can. Flap your wings and you can fly higher and higher up in the sky. Can you flap your wings like a bird? Flap your wings. Hop, hop, hop. Peck, peck, peck. Now swim along and stretch up your neck. Can you stretch your neck like a swan? Stretch it way high. Say, hello, darling. Can you say that? Hello, darling. Then swoop like a starling. Swoop up and down, swoop around and around. Scratch the ground with your feet. Can you scratch the ground with your feet? Catch a fly with your beak. Stand very tall on just one leg. Can you stand very tall like a flamingo on just one leg? That's fun. Here's my favorite part. Say cluck cluck and lay an egg. Can you say cluck cluck and lay an egg of your very own? I think you should try. Catch a wriggly snake and stretch out your wings. I don't know about catching a snake. Then open your beak and sing tra-la-la, tweet, 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 cheep, cheep, cheep. I'm not the best singer. Waddle like a penguin in the snow. Run like an ostrich, go, go, go. Show off your tail and puff out your chest. Can you show off your tail and puff out your chest? Then cuddle up close with Mama in your nest. What a busy bird you've been, the funniest one I've ever seen. You began the day with a cock-a-doodle-doo. Now say goodnight, to-wit, to-woo, hoo-hoo. Can you say hoo-hoo like an owl? Hoo-hoo. Very good. That's the end. I hope you liked those books. Now we have our very last book of the day called Mel Fell by Corey Tabor. But make sure that you watch all the way to the end and there will be a short demonstration on how to make these bird feeders. Mel Fell. One day, when Mama was away, Mel decided it was time to learn to fly. She had been in the nest long enough. Aren't you scared? Asked her sister Pim. Yes, said Mel, but I won't let that stop me. She is very determined. She looked down. It sure is a long drop, said her brother Pip. Well, said Mel, I got wings. Mel was scared, and it was a long drop, but today was the day she would fly. See you soon, she told her siblings, and she jumped, flipped, she spread her wings, and then she fell. Mel fell and fell. Oh no. The squirrels tried to catch her. They really did. They'd grown quite fond of those squeaky little chirpers upstairs. Blast, nuts, oof, aye! But it was no use. They missed her by a whisker. Zizel Zazu. This says, it's translated to, we will save you. Zizel Zazu, say the bees, but they barely slowed her down. Even the spider lent a hand, all 8 of them. And the little fly says, I'm free. But still, Mel fell. And this is my favorite would-be helper over here. This slug says, do not fear, helpless little bird, I will catch you. Oh, she fell and fell. Oh no, says the ladybug. Splash into the water. Mel dived into the water. She snapped her beak and caught a fat little fish. She kicked her legs and she wiggled her tail feathers and she spread her wings, and then it says this way. And then she flew. She has that fish in her mouth. Mel flew and flew way back up. She fell all the way down. Now she's flying all the way back up. As Mel flew by, the spider clapped her hands, all 8 of them. Clap, 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 clap. And the bees said, huzzah, huzzah. And the squirrels raced her to the top. Mama was waiting when she got there. I flew, said Mel. And then the fish fell out of her mouth. He says, I'm flying. I knew you could, said Mama. I knew I could too, said Mel. And then from the snail down there, or the slug down there, do not fear, helpless little fish. I will catch you. Splash. The fish fell back in the water. And then a note from the author says, Mel is a kingfisher. Kingfishers catch fish by diving into the water from the tree branches or wires. Many kingfishers nest in tunnels. They dig in earthen banks near water, while others nest in tree hollows. Some even live in old termite nests. A young kingfisher probably doesn't catch a fish the first time they leave the nest, but then Mel is a very special bird. So Mel is a kingfisher bird. That's pretty awesome, I think. Hope you enjoyed all the books today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.